recovery, about sobriety. And that's when I realized after 2 or 3 weeks of trying, it doesn't exist. There's not a single song on country radio about recovery. There's plenty of songs about cold beer, Friday night, dirt road, pretty girl, just redneck Mad Lib. But there's not a single song about having a glass of water and being responsible and maintaining friendships and close personal relationships. Because that doesn't sell trucks. So I did what any kid in the state of North Carolina would do. I made an obscure ACC basketball reference right in the middle of the chorus. I went to North Carolina State University, home of the Wolfpack. Yeah, I see the shirt. I see the shirt. Why not us?
Why not us?
Up until 2024, we were the most mediocre sports program in the country. We had a great fucking year. Men and women's Final Four, College World Series, bowl game. You know, it was a great year to be a Wolfpack. 7 other ACC championships and not the big sports. Got a hell of a rifle team. Y'all think I'm kidding, that's not a joke. We've got like 5 national championships in fucking shooting guns. We are a redneck school. We had a really great year, but before this year, it was hard to be a State fan. I don't have to tell anybody from the state of Arkansas about that.
We were there, bro.
You know what I mean? Speaking of NC State, I'm sure y'all don't even like hearing the name NC State. After that 16-1 game 1, y'all thought y'all had that fucking set. Anyway, that was 2021. We're not going to talk about it anymore. It's not fresh on my mind still. But as a State fan, much like if you're a Razorback fan, you have to have these small moments of happiness so that when they lose, you can go back to that one moment and be like, remember that one time this program made me smile? That one fucking time they made me happy to be a fan? As a State fan, for me, that was 2003. February of 2003, my freshman year in college, second semester. We had this kid on our basketball team named Julius Hodge. He was a 6'8" shooting guard from Harlem, New York, consensus 5-star All-American, would go on to be the 2003 ACC Player of the Year and be drafted number 17 to the Denver Nuggets. He was the kind of guy that if he was on the floor, your team had a chance of being in the ball game. And by the end of the year, he got us up to being about 15th in the country, which is solid. As an NC State fan, that's where we peak. We'll always go to the dance, but we will never win that motherfucker again. 83, we cashed in. That was a deal with the devil in 83. I was born in 84, so I have literally known nothing but sadness and mediocrity my entire life. But in 2003, we had the number 15 team in the country. And one of the very last games of the year, we had to play the number 1 team in the country, which was the Duke Blue Devils. And they had a point guard named J.J. Redick. They were on a tear that year. That night, NC State was a 22-point underdog. The 15 playing 1, but we were a 22-point underdog. But I'll be damned if Julius Hodge didn't have the game of his career. He was 1 rebound shy of a triple-double, which is absolutely hard to do in college basketball because they have to play defense. But they beat him. Miraculously, we beat him. And after the game, they run up and they put a microphone in his face. And they say, Julius Hodge, how does it feel to beat the number 1 team in the country? Friends, this is his moment. He could say something so profound that it puts NC State athletics back on the map for good. You got to think, this is Wednesday night, 9 p.m., ESPN. None of that ESPN2 bullshit. This is prime time. 3.2 million Americans are watching this ball game, and they just watched the NC State Wolfpack beat the Duke Blue Devils, and now it's all on Julius. Microphone in his face. He takes a deep breath and he contemplates what he can say, what profound thing he can say that will resonate not only with the fan base, but with the heart of America. So he stares deep into the living room of every single person watching that game, and he just says, when we hungry, we eat. That's it. That's all he said. Ran to the locker room after that. Look it up on YouTube when you leave here. Julius Hodge, Hungry We Eat. It's the most bizarre 20 seconds of sports footage you will see. Not because of the absurdity of what he said, but because the camera pans back to the ESPN analyst who was just standing there dumbfounded. Well, there you have it, Tom. Julius Hodge, when he's hungry, he eats. back to you guys in the studio. So I knew I had my chorus for my song about recovery. So this next song is about substance abuse and the NC State Wolfpack. If you follow the NC State Wolfpack enough, you'll understand there's a direct correlation between the two. This is a song called Wolves. I knew I'd be a drifter since the day I turned 16. Watching my dad fix up cars and the smell of gasoline. I just wish that someone took the time to warn me about those evil things that lie beyond the trees. 'Cause when the wolves are hungry, the wolves will eat. I just wish these wolves would get their claws out of me. Yeah, I've never been any good at ever sticking around, but I'll always be the one that'll let you down. Seems like my feet start running before they hit the ground. Just wish they didn't always take me to the wrong side of town. 'Cause when the wolves are hungry, the wolves will eat. I just wish these wolves would get their claws out of me. I can see the fire in their eyes, the blood on their teeth, and they can smell the fear in my bones and hear the shaking of my knees. The beautiful women, yeah, the sweet amphetamines. I just wish these wolves would get their claws out of me. I just wish these wolves would get their claws out of me.